Hey, it's just marvelous. Now listen to this, okay? Hey everybody, what's going on? This is MrTacpans, overly confident, but I'm in good shape. I'm in good shape. Do you know why? I just saw the brown dwarf star. You know what it was? I swear to you, after I got off of the seat in the washroom, I looked in and I saw the brown dwarf star. And not only that, there was blood in it. Okay? So right away I know that's another sign. See how dirty I am? I just went shopping. I had no idea. I was missing 80 cents. A lady who was crippled behind me lent me 80 cents because she saw me in this shape. Look at these hands. I haven't had time. I haven't had time. I haven't had time. I haven't made any time. You can't make time, but you make within the square of your time. Don't turn time around. Keep Times Square. Oh, New York City, Times Square. Oh my God, another terminology. Anyways, this is what it was. Why, excuse me, can I use this expression? It's really not fair. I'm a white guy, and the guys who are brown, they call black. I'm not white either, and they're not black. But let me say it this way. What happens when a colored fella sits in the sun? When I sit in the sun, I want to get a tan. Now, if a colored fella sits in the sun, what does that mean? He's going to turn less black? He'll be tan, which is less than black. I'm looking to be tan. I'm already tan. So all these terminologies don't seem to add up. Now this is what I'm going to get to. We're only going to talk about the letter A and arriving at another letter. First we're going to arrive to A. I didn't do this one, but I'm going to add it on. First we're going to go from A to C. So when we go to A to C, it's ATOC. When we go from A to E, it's a toe. When we go from A to M, it's atom. When we go, I did it over here. When we go from A to D, it's a dot. Sometimes it's reversed. Do you know why? D is 4. This one's 1. This is the Mediterranean, my friend. That's where the dot is. The reason this is reversed is because 1 and D are in the same line. D is on the row before, so we start with D first. That's why. That's why we do it. Okay? Then we go from A letter to, oh, we did that, A to E, okay, which was a toe. Then we'll go from A to I. In French, this is a roof, or this says to you. And when you say this says to you in English, when you put to you close together, it says a toy. Où, this word in French means where. You go over here, A to L, well, we're taking a toll. Or we're at O and L. We're at O and I. We're at O and U. We're at O and C. We're at O and D. We're at ATOM. We're at Omega. Omega Man. Omega E-World. Omega. These O's that you see, they're omegas. You have to give them another value. They start before everything. Do you know how I know? Because I was told. And people took into this. Do you know what it was? 0.0. That's how come I know the end of the sentence point has a value of 10. But as the 0.0 value, because it's equal to who you are who wrote the story, so it's 0.0 to you, but 10 because it's the totality of whatever came before that dot. So then you have A to N, which is 1 ton. Then you have A to P, and you have a top. Then you have A to R, and you have an ator, a rotor, an ator, a Torah. T-O-R-A. A gets an H. Why? Because A is a capital letter. It's the first letter. What is it saying? We already know it's an angel for A. But which angel? Is it the A-C-H-E? Is it the K-A-J-A or A-R? A comes standard before R. Okay? So when you start it off, you must go A-H. So that's why we have the silence in the H, and that's why we end up putting the H here, because it used to be at the beginning. but now the A would be at the end, and the A cannot be alone at the end without the heavens. So they put in the H with the A. It's different for every letter. That's Torah, 1, 21, and 33. O and R is gold in French. 33, 43, 53, 54, the number of love. 5 and 4 equals 9. In the first world, D is 4, and 5 is the connecting E worlds, and that is God. God is the E. He is the E of all, and the E is an I. So then it would say over here, okay, in certain words, R, G, H, T, okay? This is the 9th letter, this is the 7th letter, this is the 8th letter, okay? The H is already inside the R, okay? Because it's creation of 8 and 8 is 19, which is, anyways, I can't go all the way down that line and start to explain that. The other thing I was going to come at you with is, okay, now this one is really complicated. I don't know if I should start this right now. This is how it goes. From ace to king, it totals 91 points, 13 cards. From A to M in the alphabet, it's the same number counts, 91 points. Now in pool, the game has a 14 ball and a 15 ball, and we don't have that in the cards. But yes, we do, because when another card takes on a new value, it now changes the rotation. Like in the game of war, bataille in French, okay, the total letter count in that game is 104. It's 1 point less than in a poker game where the ace is 1 and after the king. We count them in both positions, but in this game it's only 14. So therefore every card drops 1 level. Okay, the total count would be the 14th card, but in the game it's played as the 13th card. Did you follow me? So the ace comes out to being after the king in poker, and then there's another ace that's valued at 11. We'll make that the 15th ace, and the ace that's valued at 1 is already counted at the beginning. So we have a total of 15 cards with aces. And in the pool game, we have 15 balls. Now the cue ball, okay, is a very special ball, because Q in the alphabet is the 17th letter. So now we're going to give the cue ball the 17th letter. The Q does not exist, okay, without the ace spirit. It's a tag-along, okay. It's the way it is, because it's an omega with a 1 inside of it. It's hard to explain. So now we have the 8 ball, and 8 higher than the 8 ball would be 16, and 8 lower would make the cue ball. Therefore now the cue ball would be the 16 and 17, totaling 33, command and create of the Christ. At the same time, what I just told you, king, ace, ace, queen, queen, this is 3.141592, the first 6 numbers of pi. Okay? It's all about the spirit, it's all about the heavens, it's all about the movement, it's all about the continuous life that's on. And I'm going to get into pi like I've tried it before, but I want to show you man's heaven. Man's heaven is like this: 3, 3, and then the road. This is the road he travels. There's 1 point here, 1 point here, 1 point here, 1 point here is 4. This one connects to this one connects to this one. You're left with only 2 points. This is supposed to be more on this angle. So the top point, which is the Christ energy, comes straight down and then energizes on this V and then energizes on this upside down V. We're only showing you one world. And look at it. It's north. N and Z and O and I and S and a whole bunch of other letters. By the time I'm finished, they're all going to look the same to me. They tell stories in codes. Pi. Take 36 numbers in pi. I'm going to do something with pi. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do with pi what I did with roulette. And I'm going to do with pi by showing you again, as I did in my last video, the in-between, where I will take a number of numbers, okay, whatever the amount is, and whatever the amount of numbers that I choose, I will have to use numbers on the left that have already been calculated and count to an answer, and I'd have to use a certain amount on the right. I come up my answer in the center. I use that answer for one number to come up with one number, or three numbers, whichever one I choose. I come up with three, it makes it a little different. Then what I do is what was on the outside, okay, waiting for me to finish on the inside, now comes forward. The number I calculated in the center now fits the left side as it does the right side, and will explain the series of numbers in pi. Pi doesn't end, it's a continuation, but still, why does it come out that way? There's a concept already. The concept is being used in pi all over the world, by scientists all over the world, by engineers all over the world. The whole thing is, in order to figure out certain things in life, you have to play different games. You might have to play pool. You'll be at the office, you'll draw a pool table, and you'll try and see which elements can't go in those 6 pockets. Each pocket would be like a pan. And in that pan, you knock a 6 ball and an 8 ball, you look in the pocket, and say, hey, this pocket's for the passage. And you go to the next pocket, you knocked in the 9 ball and the 5 ball, and that's 14, and this pocket is for the passage. Now what are you left with? What are the rest of your moves? What do you do next? You must work with the chess game. See how the chess things move and how they're set up. What the timing means in chess. It's a one-on-one game. You see, at the end of life, the reason we are the dot at the end of the sentence is because we leave life only with our mind. 10%. 10 is what we came into the world with, and 10 is what we will leave the world. We come into this world 10, into a body of 9, reversed into 6. To live a compassionate life of the average man, average Joe of 5, but give 100% of himself to a God he has never seen. So much of a joke this world has been, has it not? Until you see the light, and everything completely changes. We all become nuts for it. Raphael 7286. Constellation of Pegasus, SITH, 51 time heaven 6 Omega. Thank you.